working his tail off tonight. He's doing everything. Good job. Thanks, man. Now you can listen in. Listen in at 4:50 left to play here in the first quarter as we take our first break. Up at the Bell Balabank scoreboard, 5-2. Lady Argos leading the Lady Bulldogs as we're back in 60 after this timeout.
At Benefice Orthopedic Center of Montana, we know that nothing stops Montanans, although we may slow down from time to time. But even conditions like broken bones, sprains, and joint pain only need to slow you down for a short time. Whether it's related to injury, illness, or aging, Benefice is proud to offer same-day appointments and advanced treatments to help get you back to full speed. Every pursuit, every goal, and every struggle, we're with you. A tradition of advanced care. Learn more at benefice.org.
Think about it. Caesar Saturdays with college football. Champagne Sundays with NFL games. Margarita Mondays with homemade mix. Not your average casino. It's the casino. The one that's well lit, safe, and secure. Don't just go gamble. Go for the experience. Yes, demand more from your gaming experience. Cash Out Casino, 1308 10th Avenue South.
And right now, the Lady Argos have it. They have a 3-point lead at 5-2. It's a 5-0 run after the Lady Bulldogs scored the first 2 points. That was Mesa King. But since then, they've come up empty-handed with 3 turnovers plus 2 block shots. As we come out of the timeout with 4:50 remaining here in the first quarter, there's only been 1 whistle. That 1 personal foul has been against Ezra. As Maldonado brings it down court to Randich, who just had the jump ball transition change. Gives to Kennedy. Kennedy to Bailey. Bailey loses her grip. That draws a little bit of a double team. She'll go in, kick it out to Randich. 3-pointer off the front of the rim, no good. Ezra picks up the offensive board, gives it right back to Randich. Cross-court pass over to Maldonado, open for a 3-pointer, bingo! Emily Maldonado wakes up the crowd, gives the Lady Argos their biggest lead, 8-2. Clock is at 4:10 left to play here in the first quarter. Worcester working around the horseshoe. As she feeds it topside now, she's going to go to Shani Mack. Shani Mack on the attack. And she incidentally is whistled and fouled. And it'll be Kennedy Cartwright with the first personal, second team foul now for the Providence. Lady Argos lead at 8-2. Lady Bulldogs have the ball. Working out in front court. Looks like it's Holmes. Holmes tries to go down low with a pass with one hand, and it's going to be kicked. And it'll still be Lady Bulldog basketball. Montana Western to inbound. Worcester will inbound from the baseline. Wants to kick it out front court, and she'll finally do so. She goes to Holmes. That's Paige Holmes working the left wing. Now she'll feed off, hand off. Trying to go inside the lane to Mack. Mack, shake and bake, won't take that one, but it is just off the mark there on the long distance 3. Here comes Providence now off the missed shot. Kennedy looks into Bailey. Cross courts it to Randich, now into Bailey. Bailey with the dissection pass by Randich, draws a whistle and a foul. 3:31 remaining here in the first quarter. Lady Bulldogs down 8-2. Pipperton comes in for Providence. Now coming back into the ball game is Meyer for Montana Western. Providence inbounds to Ezra. Top side, she goes to Maldonado. Deep in the corner now to Pipperton. Cross-court pass to Bailey. Bailey to Kennedy. Her long distance two is not there. Pipperton, smallest player on the court, gets the offensive rebound. But she one-hands it right into the hands of the Lady Bulldogs. They tie it up. And Montana Western will get possession. And they call a timeout, getting possession. Let's break away. 3:15 left to play in the first. Right now, Lady Argos 8, Lady Bulldogs 2. Back in 60 after this timeout.
McDonald's in Great Falls has 3 locations to serve you, and now with the newest McDonald's on the west side, it is a perfect location to keep you fed while attending your favorite sporting event. If breakfast is what you want, you can get it anytime, day or night at McDonald's. Looking for a job? Stop at any of the 3 McDonald's locations and check in with starting pay starting at $9.50 per hour. McDonald's in Great Falls, proud supporters of the sporting events, and would like to welcome you into the city as you participate in your sporting endeavors. McDonald's in Great Falls with 3 locations to serve you. We're loving it.
So you need a place to stay like home and away, place where you can just unwind.
Did you know Staybridge Suites has free evening receptions? So at the end of the day, you can get a bite to eat and just relax. Because nothing is more relaxing than free. This is huge, people. Staybridge Suites, hugely different. Visit StaybridgeSuites.com/Great Falls MT and book your next room to relaxation.
Staybridge Suites, your home on the road.
Welcome back to live action at the McLaughlin Center. Troy Mellinger here, 102.7 KINX and also 1490 KBDV. As we check out the live action, Maldonado drops in another 2. Lady Argos now on a 10-0 run after being down 2-0, lead at 10-2. Montana Western struggling inside the paint. Kicking it out front court to Holmes. Shot clock down to 5. Holmes takes it all the way in, but one too many passes to Bignell. But here comes a 3 by Worcester. Off the mark, no good. Rebound, Providence gives the Bulldogs one shot. Here come the Lady Argos. Cross-court pass over to Kennedy. Alley-oops down into Bailey. Bailey has a tip, but she still kicks it back out. Around the shoehorn they go. And we've got a 3-second violation against Bailey Cartwright. So that's a turnover against Providence. As here comes the freshman Reed Hazard. She's the 5'10 sophomore sensation. Brooke Harn is the freshman phenom. She's yet to appear. Usually comes in at number 7 or number 8. So Hazard in. Cartwright. That's right, Kennedy Cartwright is out. Here goes Bignell. Bignell on the left wing. Penetrates to the free throw line. Now backs out. Swings it left side as she goes to Fitzy. Fitzy almost underneath and a whistle and out of bounds. They're going to say it was off of Fitzy off the rejection by Bailey Cartwright. That's Bailey's second rejection at the 2:02 mark here in the first quarter. Bailey Cartwright trying to get the ball in bounds. Who go to Maldonado. Quick feet, quick hands by the Lady Bulldogs. Really put a lot of pressure, even on the inbounds for UP. Bailey Cartwright topside. Gives it up to Hazard. Hazard takes it right side of the free throw line. Now that leaves Bailey open for a three-pointer, but it's off the rim, no good. Rebound. Fitzy. Down court. Swing pass. Left side. Holding up. She'll wait for the trailers to Mack. Mack's got to get open. She'll finally go to Meyer. Meyer. Nice move inside to Parker Ezra. Takes her all the way and calls a whistle. Draws a whistle and a foul. Gracie Meyer, 5'11 freshman from Moscow, Idaho. Picks up her first 2, and that's only the second field goal here in this quarter. The first one came within the first minute. This one here within the last minute and a half. Brindley Fitzgerald. Fitzy will take a rest. She heads to the Gatorade break. Is now at the free throw line. It'll be Meyer. Meyer at the free throw line shooting for a 3-point play and to cut it within 5. It's up and it is in. Meyer for the Lady Bulldogs draws within 5, and that ends that 10-0 run put out by Providence. 1, 2, 3 the sequence here in the first. With the ball is Kennedy. Kennedy's back in the ball game, goes to Pipperton. She's left open for a 3, takes it but not there. Bailey Cartwright fights for the offensive rebound, and she draws a whistle and a foul. Parker Ezra, by the way, is sitting now with 2 personal fouls and 2 team fouls. Make that 3 now up on the board for Providence. Now coming in the ball game is Sydney Sheridan, the 5'7 freshman out of Helena. She'll come in as the Lady Bulldogs will substitute. Providence with the ball now. Lady Argos have the lead. Way up in the corner is Hazard for a 3-pointer. Bingo! Reed Hazard. As she knocks it down, gives the Lady Argos once again an 8-point advantage, up 13-5. 56 seconds remaining here in the first. There's Meyer. She just scored on the old conventional 3-point play. Gives to Bignell. Left side. Down inside to Meyer. Meyer, couple of dribbles. Left-handed move. And boy, she put that left-handed move that time on Bailey Cartwright as she did on Ezra. Lady Argos up by 6, 13-7. Maldonado. Shot clock, about 11-second difference. Right now the shot clock is down to 20. Kicks it out in front court. Kennedy Cartwright not there. Rebound Pipperton. Her second offensive board. One hands it to Maldonado with 18 remaining. It won't fall. Rebound with 20 seconds left to play here in the first. Down court, Bignell. Bignell is bumped from behind by King. Mesa King. That time bumped into Bignell, caused her to travel, and it's a turnover against Montana Western. Lady Bulldogs with 5 fundamental turnovers here in this first quarter alone. 15.6 remaining. Maldonado across the 10-second line, giving it up to Hazard. Hazard just nailed the three, but she looks this one off. Ball's going to be tipped in backcourt, stolen away by Bignell. 5 seconds, just lays it up, but doesn't go. Rebound, 2 seconds, and a whistle and a foul on the floor. With 1.5 and no more. Foul is against Providence, number 1 on Emily Maldonado. Stolen away by Bignell. Couldn't make the easy layup. There was nobody around her because Randich fell down on her pursuit. It was not a shooting foul, so with 1.5 remaining, Bignell for Montana Western to inbound. Right side baseline. 1.5 remaining in the quarter. Bignell doesn't slap the ball. Kicks it. Worcester doesn't realize, she doesn't realize that there's not much time, but she did try to get the shot off. We've got a whistle and a foul on the floor, and it could be number 2 on Maldonado. Let's see what they put up on the board. It is Emily Maldonado, with no time remaining in the first quarter, has just picked up her second personal foul as she tried to push Worcester out of an easy shot. Body language. So now they're going to say 0.3 remains in the quarter. Worcester shooting 2. The lanes are not filled by Montana Western. Everybody else is back on their own side of the court. Worcester makes her first point, draws within 5, 13-8. Lady Bulldogs down by 5 points. So now Worcester at the free throw line for Montana Western. Her second one is also good. So the Lady Bulldogs get the final 2. Lady Argos get the final possession. So at the end of one, let's step away from the McLaughlin Center. Up at the Belt Valley Bank scoreboard, Lady Argos 13, Lady Bulldogs 9. Back in 60 with more after this timeout.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort? Carrier. Turn to the experts.
For over 30 years of commitment to Carrier, contact A.T. Clemens for a free estimate. 452-9541.
Real pizza starts with real food. Howard's Pizza, high-powered pizza. Tonight everybody's in the mood for Howard's Pizza, high-powered pizza. Dine in, take out, delivery. We do a little more just to make sure your pizza's hot. We bring the whole oven to your door. Real pizza starts with real food. Howard's Pizza, high-powered pizza. We bring the power of Howard's to you. Call Howard's Pizza now.
Welcome back to more Friday Night Fun, live from the McLaughlin Center. Troy Mellinger coming your way, just above courtside. As we come back into the second quarter, the Lady Argos, after being down 2-0, riddle off 10 unanswered points, and then here comes a 7-3 run put on by Montana Western to cut it to 4-13-9. When it comes to turnovers are concerned, the Lady Bulldogs have 6, Lady Argos with 4. So far, the teams are shooting 31%, Providence is, and 25%. When it comes to all shots, 5 of 16, or make that 3 of 12 for Montana Western. Underway for the second quarter. As we just get it underway, Worcester with the ball. And it's stolen away by Bailey Cartwright. Bailey comes down court for the Providence Lady Argos and puts just enough on it to pick up her 5th point. Bignell now with the right knee brace. Heavily taped up. We'll bring it across the 10-second line. As she works to the left side, she'll feed off to Sheridan. That's Sheridan, Sydney Sheridan out of Helena, working it to the right wing. Now she'll go to Worcester. Worcester looks inside low, nothing though. Can't get to Meyer. Goes to Bignell. Bignell over to Worcester. Shot clock down to 7. Inside to Meyer. Meyer gets a double team left-handed, but it doesn't fall. Rebound, whistle and a foul. Looks like Bailey Cartwright got the defensive board, but a whistle and a foul on the Lady Bulldogs. That'll be number 1 here in this quarter against Montana Western, and number 1 against Gracie Meyer, who missed the shot and tried to get for the Gothamsu putback. Uncontested across the 10-second line. Here comes Maldonado. Maldonado for Providence. Works off the screen, penetrates, kicks it to Bailey. Bailey looks low, nothing there. Now gets rid of it to Kennedy. Shot clock down to 15. Kennedy will dribble topside. Now penetrates, sets up for a 2. Nope. Now into Parker. She'll kick it to Bailey. Maldonado. Kennedy right around the shoehorn. Shot clock down to 5 as Randich takes it in, lays it off the glass. Jenna Randich, just like she was playing pocket pool, pow, off the backboard and in. Really had the angles and knew how the glass worked. Worcester now with the ball. Crossover move, free throw line. Penetrates, baseline, cut off. Now takes it reverse, layup up and in. Boy, if it doesn't go left, take it right. And use the iron as a little bit of a screen. That's Worcester's first field goal. She does have 4 points. 17-11. With the ball, Bailey Cartwright. Left side to Maldonado, and it's tipped out of bounds. It'll still be Providence basketball. 8:16 remaining here in the half. Second quarter action. Lady Argos up 17-11. Inbounding will be Kennedy Cartwright. Slaps the ball, kicks it out to Randich. Randich wants to use the horseshoe, but she's trying to feed it also into Bailey. Finally goes to Maldonado. She'll work the perimeter. Shot clock down to 7. Maldonado takes it free throw line. Has to pick up her dribble. It's stolen away by Bignell. Bignell on a 1-on-3 has to hold up. No, takes it left side. Now she's going to wait for the rest of the team to show. And Sheridan's called for traveling. Bignell did all that work for the 7th turnover against Montana Western. 7:54 left to play here in the half. Second quarter action. Substitute. Looks like substituting in for the Lady Bulldogs is once again Fitzy. Brindley Fitzy, she causes a bit of a travel over there on the far side. Nice defense that time by Fitzy. And here comes Montana Western after another turnover for UP. Worcester inside, draws a double team. That leaves Bignell open for a 3-pointer. Bingo! Savannah Bignell went to Helena Capital from Avon. Of course, the Bignell family, very athletic. Brothers and sisters alike. As there's Randich with dribbling out in front court. The shot clock's down to 16. She's got to get rid of it. And we've got a whistle and an offensive foul on the hook. Player control foul. And that will be number 3 on Parker Esway. So deep in the bench now. Head coach Bill Himmelberg is going to have to go. And he's going to go to Ellie Teskey, the 6-foot junior from Yakima. That's number 3 on Parker Esway as she was trying to hook her defender, which is Meyer, to get the screen. That's 3 in the first half, 2 in the first quarter alone. 7:14 on the clock. With the ball is Worcester. That, by the way, is the first team foul this quarter. Worcester with the ball. Shot clock winding itself down to 16. That leaves Fitzy open for a 3-pointer, but it won't fall. Rebound goes to Teskey. Teskey to Maldonado as Providence gives Montana Western 1 shot on goal. Top side to Teskey. Now to Randich as Providence is working the horseshoe. Randich inside the lane, gets her man moving. Now she'll give off to Kennedy. Kennedy penetrates in, goes in for the layup, but she loses control. Meyer gets the steal for the Lady Bulldogs. Providence leads by 3, 17-14. Montana Western with the ball, trying to go for the tie, not there. Worcester missed her second 3 in a row. Maldonado down court now for Providence. Lady Argos with possession and a 3-point lead. There's Kennedy. Slowing things up now for UP. Gives to Bailey. Bailey penetrates in. She takes Fitzy all the way to the rack, and Teskey with a tip up, but she's going to be whistled and fouled. Teskey will pick up her first personal as Ellie Teskey bodied her way underneath. That's team foul number 2 for the Lady Argos, and it's number 1 on Ellie Teskey. So Kennedy Cartwright will come out. Back in the ball game is Reed Hazard. And here comes Montana Western with the ball. The Lady Bulldogs haven't led since they were up 2-0. They were down 10-8 before they finally scored again. With the ball is Holmes. Holmes is going to have it kicked out of her possession. So still Montana Western basketball. 6 minutes remaining here in the half. Second quarter action. Lady Argos lead it by 3, 17-14. Worcester to inbound now for Montana Western. Slap of the ball, baseline, everybody moves. Cuts off screen, Meyer can't get open, so they kick it out front court to Fitzy. Fitzy holds up to Worcester. Worcester now on the dribble around the shoehorn. Shot clock down to 12. Feeds it left, tries to go to Holmes. Holmes takes it in the paint and a turnaround travel. She hesitated on the pivot foot, and that caused her a travel, a turnover again, heading toward number 10 here in the first half for the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Argos with the ball, a 3-point lead. They've led by as much as 8. Maldonado on dribble, takes the screen from Teskey. Hands off to Hazard for a 3-pointer, but it rims out no good. Ball tipped around. There's Bailey. She'll kick it out to Randich for a 3-pointer. Bingo! Jenna Randich gives a little bit of a cushion here almost midway through the second quarter as Providence leads at 20-14. Here's Meyer taking Teskey right to the rack. Looked off the screen and took her to the hole. Meyer picked up her 7th point. Here comes Randich, down court Bailey. Bailey over to Randich, right wing. Randich takes, sets, backspin, up but not in. That time she had a really nice back step off the 3, but it didn't go. Fitzy gives it up to Worcester. Inside the lane as she goes to Holmes, and Holmes, she'll tip it out. Tip it out, incidentally, to Denning. Natalie Denning, who is from Oregon, Tualatin, Oregon. 6-foot freshman is in the ball game. And we've got a timeout on the floor, so let's take the media break. Up at the Valley Bank scoreboard, 4:45 remaining here in the first half. Second quarter action, Lady Argos 20, Lady Bulldogs 16. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Don't go away. More action coming up after this timeout.
You've been working all day and you're meeting friends. Take it to the max.
The Max Sports Bar and Casino is maxing out their happy hour from 4 to 7 with $2 off appetizers every night of the week. Now that's a happy hour with maximum value, featuring 12 beers on tap, including 8 beers, daily food specials, and of course the famous Max Wings. Now that's truly an affordable and tasty happy hour, all at the Max Sports Bar and Casino inside the Heritage Inn, Great Falls.
Take it to the max.
At Benefis Health System, we know that you have people who rely on you, which is why maintaining your health with preventative care is so important. The experts at Benefis are here to help. Our primary care services are dedicated to your overall wellness, so that you can live the life you love with the ones you love. Because you're not just our patients, you're our neighbors. A tradition of advanced care. Learn more at benefis.org.
Welcome back, everyone, to the McLaughlin Center here on the campus of the University of Providence, your home for the Lady Argos, who lead the Lady Bulldogs 20-16. Incidentally, when it comes to the Lady Bulldogs, they come into this ball game, incidentally, with a record, like I say, of 17-8, 10-4 overall. They, on the year, are 10-4 in the conference with a 3-pointer bingo by Bignell to open up. Following that timeout, that's her second 3. On the 2-game winning streak, they're 8-1 at home, 4-4 away, and 5-3 on a neutral site. Maldonado drives the lane. She puts it up off the back of the rim. Not there. Rebound, Bignell. That was a big defensive board now for the Lady Bulldogs, who are within one, 20-19, after being down by 8, 10-2. Swinging around the horseshoe, trying to feed into King. Messa King is back in the ball game. She's inside the lane against Teskey. Crossover move. Good defense by Teskey that time, cut her off. After one shot, rebound, here comes Maldonado down court. Lady Argos up by a single point. We've got a whistle and a timeout called on by one of the officials. Oh, we've got a whistle and a foul away from the ball. And that will be against Fitzy. Brynlyn Fitzgerald, the 5'11" sophomore from Dillon, picked up whistle number 1, team foul number 2, as she tried to hook her defender as well. Coming out in front court, Paige Holmes now. She'll draw a whistle and a foul, as we're just under 4 left to play here in the second quarter. First person to foul on Paige Holmes, 3rd team foul now against the Lady Bulldogs. Against the Lady Bulldogs, Pemberton to inbound. She'll feed Maldonado on front court. Shot clock is at 18. Maldonado on dribble now for the Lady Argos. Swings it right side to Hazard. Hazard quickly double teamed. Looks like it's a sagging 2-3 zone defense. Maldonado finally launches one from way outside. Nice cutoff and defensive rebound, that time by Worcester. Worcester down court. Fitzy, baseline, crossover move, up, follows her shot, tipped out. Can't get control, but it's tipped out by Pemberton of Providence. So the Lady Bulldogs will have it down by 1, 20-18, 3:36 remaining in the half. Bignell to inbound. Looks to kick it out front court. Finally does so to Worcester. Worcester near the center circle. Dribbles toward the top of the key. Now backs herself out back again as the shot clock reaches 14. Worcester takes a screen, pulls a double team. Now feeds it over to Bignell. Shot clock at 9. Has the ball stripped out of her hands by Bailey. Bailey Cartwright, a race to the hoop, a 1-on-2. Got it to go, and she'll be shooting for 3. Bailey Cartwright with a 1-on-2, got it to go with an underneath underhand. Up off the glass and in. Draws the second person to foul on Fitzy. Fitzy will come out. Back in the ball game is Meyer for Montana Western. Lady Argos lead it by 3, 22-19. Free throw line, Bailey Cartwright for a 3-point play, and it's on its way, and it's good. 6'1" senior out of Pasco. Already with 8 points so far here tonight. Lady Argos are up by 4, 23-19. Feed to Meyer. Meyer posting up top side against Teskey. Steps toward the 3-point line, takes it baseline, and she'll lose it out of bounds. She took Teskey to the baseline, trying to take Teskey to task. Lost a grip on the basketball. And a turnover against Montana Western. Providence with it. No pressure all the way down court. Here comes Maldonado. Under 3 left to play in the half. Bailey looking to get somebody open, nothing there. Feeds it left side to Kennedy. Kennedy on the left wing, penetrates the free throw line. That gives up to Maldonado. Shot clock at 15. Maldonado, she wants to penetrate in. Pull up Jay, got it to go. What a pull up jumper for Maldonado. She's got 7. Now here's Worcester. Worcester for Montana Western. Down by 6, 25-19. Turnover against Meyer. That's her second in a row. She's getting frustrated by the defense put on by Teskey. Teskey's being pesky. Like a mosquito in June. Maldonado will come out now for the Lady Argos. Back in the ball game is Kennedy. Kennedy Cartwright with Bailey. As Randage gets the ball fed to her. Takes it all the way in, feeds it to Kennedy. Kennedy on the baseline, puts up the left-hander, but it's no, doesn't go. Rebound, here comes Holmes. Holmes for Montana Western, all the way down. It's a 3-on-3. Takes a look off to Worcester, who's open for a 3-pointer, but it doesn't fall. Rebound, Bailey Cartwright. She wants to push it on a 3-on-2. Takes to the left wing, holds up, waits for the trailers. Nothing there. Montana Western way too quick for Providence on their transition. So Randage, crossover pass, goes to Kennedy. Kennedy dribbles baseline. Spin move, draws a double team. Kicks it out to Hazard, who has a 3-pointer on the way. Follows her shot. Teskey has it, loses it out of bounds. So Teskey will lose it out of bounds in a turnover against Providence, who leads by 6, 25-19 with under a minute and 50 left to play here in the first half. Here comes Worcester, trying to catch her breath as she's been up and down the court. Feeds it over to King. King at the free throw line. She'll hand off to Bignell. Shot clock's at 18. Bignell, left side now to Worcester. Worcester looks at the screen, tries to penetrate. Cut off, back down as the shot clock reads 10. Worcester has it taken out of her hands by Bailey Cartwright, so she'll get the steal regardless of the shot clock. Providence gets possession. Lady Argos up 25-19. There's Hazard. Down to 114. First half winding itself down as Montana Western in that 2-3 zone defense gives up the lane. Bailey Cartwright takes it right inside, but it's taken away by Meyer. She'll gives up to Bignell. Bignell left-handed, puts too much on it. Ball tipped out. They say it was last touched by Mesa King. So that stops the clock. Just under a minute left to play here in the half. Bignell for Montana Western to inbound. Down by 6, 25-19. No slap. Baseline. Looks to kick it out front court. Does so. This time going to Holmes. Holmes waves up Worcester. Worcester will go to the top near the center circle. She'll wait for some defense. Now she'll look to go right side off the screen. Worcester breaks toward the hoop, draws a double. Tries to get a spin move and a double dribble on Worcester. As she tried to get a spin move, she was cut off. Tried to force the issue on the baseline and a turnover against the Lady Bulldogs. About a 15-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Coming into the ball game is the freshman phenom, Brooklyn Harn. She'll come in for Teskey, who came off the bench and did her job. Gets a low 5 and heads to the Gatorade bucket from Parker Ezra. So here comes Hazard, 10-second line, far side. Takes a couple of dribbles, works off the left wing. Now she feeds to Randich. Randich, as the shot clock reads 16. Feeds to Hazard. Hazard tries to force it with a one-hander on the baseline and it's stolen away. Down court, Worcester up off the glass, and no, it won't go, but she'll be at the free throw line shooting 2. Shot clock is turned off with 23.6 remaining here in the half. At the free throw line will be Worcester shooting 2 off the the third team foul against Providence. It's number 1 on Jenna Randich. Worcester at the free throw line. She's no worse than 2 for 2. Now 3 for 3. That's the 5th point with 23.6 remaining in the half. Cutting it to 5. She can cut it to 4 with just 1 more. Shots up, shots in by Worcester. So now, for the last possession, here comes Hazard for Providence. Hazard will take it to the left wing as the clock is at 15. Bounce pass over to Bailey. Bailey looks for Harn. Down to 10. Harn penetrates, free throw line. Pull up, Jay, won't fall. Rebound, Meyer runs it down with 5. Meyer's going to give to Worcester at 3. Worcester heads toward the half-court line at 1. Worcester sends it from there. Almost got it as it rims out the front side. And it's a 4-point difference as we reach intermission. Up at the belts, Valley Bank scoreboard at halftime. It's the Lady Argos of the University of Providence 25, the Lady Bulldogs of the University of Montana Western 21. Back in 3 minutes with your Benefis Health System halftime show. Right after this 3-minute timeout.
Welcome to the biggest thing in tacos since tacos. Introducing the Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. That's right, we said it, perfecto, Spanish for perfect. We designed it with an extra long shell to give you the best bite every bite. Choose between seasoned beef, grilled chicken, or upgrade to hand-carved sirloin steak. Sure, it was hard to perfect, but it's easy to eat. The Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
This is Rocky Erickson with a sports story, sponsored by MSU Billings and Universal Athletic.
Welder, computer programmer, radio logic technician, firefighter, plant operator. So many career paths await you at City College at MSU Billings. A short-term investment in a certificate or associate degree can lead you to a long-term, well-paying career. Learn more about City College's affordable tuition, small class sizes, hands-on training, and online options. Call 247-3007 or visit msubillings.edu/citycollege.
Every morning before school, she worked on her game, dreaming to one day lead her team to a state basketball championship. She also wanted to dress like her heroes. The shoes she wore, the shorts, everything came from Universal Athletic. On game day, her uniform was from Universal, plus the game ball and even the ref's whistle. When your team needs new gear, it's all at universalathletic.com. One team, one mission. Dave and his military family moved several times when he was growing up. Dave was an excellent student. He excelled in most sports. That's every sport but basketball. When he was a junior, he was 5'9". He went out for the team but quit soon after. But then Dave grew. How about 7 inches between his junior and senior year of high school? The next year, having never played organized ball, the coach took a chance. Dave even played in college, and he continued to grow. He was 6'9" as a freshman, then 7 feet. You know, it's a good thing Dave gave basketball a second chance. You see, David Robinson ended up winning 2 Olympic gold medals and was on 10 NBA All-Star teams.
You've been working all day and you're meeting friends. Take it to the max.
The Max Sports Bar and Casino is maxing out their happy hour from 4 to 7 with $2 off appetizers every night of the week. Now that's a happy hour with maximum value, featuring 12 beers on tap, including 8 craft beers, daily food specials, and of course the famous Max Wings. Now that's truly an affordable and tasty happy hour, all at the Max Sports Bar and Casino inside the Heritage Inn, Great Falls.
Take it to the max.
Welcome back, everyone, to the McLaughlin Center. It is halftime, the Benefis Health System halftime show. as we come to you live for Friday Night Fun, and it's game one of a doubleheader between the University of Providence and the University of Montana Western. The Lady Bulldogs down by 4 against the Lady Argos, 25-21. Here's how the Lady Argos did it. As a matter of fact, they got a 4-point lead in the end of the first quarter, 13-9, and then it was even Steven in that second stanza. Each team scored 12, and it's still a 4-point difference. Lady Argos got 8 points out of Bailey Cartwright, a 3, couple of 2s, 1 for 1 at the free throw line for a total of 8. Then you've got Emily Maldonado, 1 3, couple of 2s for a total of 7. Jenna Randich with a 2 and a 3 for 5. Hazard with a 3, that's right, a total. And of course, Cartwright Kennedy, she's got 1 field goal, total of 2. Meanwhile, Gracie Meyer, she's got 3 deuces, 1 for 1 at the free throw line for a total of 7. Shannon Worcester is 4 for 4, 100% from the free throw line, a field goal and a total of 6. Also with 6 is Savannah Bignell, a couple of 3s, and then you've got Mesa King with a single field goal and a total of 2. Taking a look at the team statistics, 14 turnovers by the University of Montana Western. Lady Bulldogs with 14 total. 9 turnovers for the University of Providence for those Lady Argos. Right now, the Lady Bulldogs are shooting 26% from the field in, like I say, the first half, 7 of 26. 2 of 9 from three-point range, which is 22%, but 5 for 5 from the free throw line makes up for that at an even 100%. Meanwhile, for the Lady Argos out of Providence, 10 of 30, shooting 33% from the field. 4 of 16 from the three-point line at 25%. And they're also 100% from the free throw line, even though they're only 1 for 1. That's your team statistics. When we come back, we'll be glancing at some of the other action going on around north central Montana and around the Treasure State as well, because it is postseason when it comes to Class C, B, and A basketball. AA still has 2 weekends left, as do the Frontier Conference. We'll talk about that and more when we come back in a few. It's the Benefis Health System halftime show. And we are back in 3 minutes. Right now up at the Belt Valley Bank scoreboard, Lady Argos 25, Lady Bulldogs 21. Back in 3 after this timeout.
Fort Benson, where the West was born. With so much history to see, you're going to need a break. Visit the Clubhouse, a delicious local hotspot where all the best games, drinks, and food come together in one comfortable, low-key sports bar. Sit back and enjoy an ice-cold drink. Take a bite out of a Reuben, French dip, or a juicy burger. Just few of the local favorites. Take advantage of 2-for-1 drink specials, happy hour, and lunch specials. Weekdays at the Clubhouse in Fort Benson, where everyone is treated like a local.
Think you know about Great Falls College MSU? Think again. We're not your grandpa's Votech. We're not your uncle's COT. We're GFC MSU. We're the college that offers programs and fast-growing careers. Want a job in healthcare, accounting, information, technology, or trades? Think GFC MSU. Want to just explore general college classes? Think GFC MSU. We help students find their purpose, path, and plan through flexible and affordable programs. Rethink what you thought about Great Falls College MSU. It's where it all begins. Find out more at gfcmsu.edu.
You've been working all day and you're meeting friends. Take it to the max.
The Max Sports Bar and Casino is maxing out their happy hour from 4 to 7 with $2 off appetizers every night of the week. Now that's a happy hour with maximum value, featuring 12 beers on tap, including 8 craft beers, daily food specials, and of course the famous Max Wings. Now that's truly an affordable and tasty happy hour, all at the Max Sports Bar and Casino inside the Heritage Inn, Great Falls.
Take it to the max.
When disaster strikes, you want to know there is something to fall back on. Serving you today, there for tomorrow. Cascade Farmers Mutual Insurance, a Grinnell Mutual partner, has been offering home and farm insurance plans for all kinds of disasters since 1913. Get the coverage you need now from the people you know will be there when you need them the most. With local agents all over the state, Cascade Farmers Mutual Insurance should be your first call for proper insurance coverage that you need. Contact them today. Trust in tomorrow. Cascade Farmers Mutual, a Grinnell Mutual partner.
Welcome to the biggest thing in tacos since tacos. Introducing the Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. That's right, we said it. Perfecto. Spanish for perfect. We designed it with an extra long shell to give you the best bite every bite. Choose between seasoned beef, grilled chicken, or upgrade to hand-carved sirloin steak. Sure, it was hard to perfect, but it's easy to eat. The Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
At Benefis Health System, we know that the foundation of a strong community is the health of its women and children. It's why we offer advanced care through services such as women's wellness, birth care, NICU, and pediatrics. At Benefice, we are here to offer reassuring support every step of the way and for every generation. We care for this community because we're a part of it, just like you. A tradition of advanced care. Learn more at benefice.org.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Benefice Health System halftime show. As we come to you live courtside, a little bit of entertainment is out on the court, as you can hear, if not watching, of course, through the UP Argos website. It's also on the Montana Western website as well, and that is watching and seeing some of the youngsters out there bowling for pop. They're bowling for leaders, and you actually have to knock one down. A leader of pop from 3/4 of the court away, and they're pretty doggone successful, I might add. As we bring you back to live, of course, coverage of this basketball doubleheader, it's the first of two. It's the ladies first, the men the second. It'll immediately follow this one, so be sure and keep it tuned in right here. Lady Argos lead the Lady Bulldogs 25-21. Now, basketball postseason class A, B, and C. Let's get to C action. Earlier today, in loser-out action, there was one on each the ladies and the boys' side of the District 8C taking place at the Swarthout Fieldhouse on the campus of Great Falls High. And Winnick Grass Range stayed alive on the boys' side, defeating Geraldine Highwood 60-37. Now, when it comes to a semifinal game, it was no contest. Roy Winifred took it to Centerville 58-29, that game that just finished itself out. Now, as far as girls are concerned, we'll get to those in a moment. The boys in the District 9C, today, by the way, Chester Joplin Inverness took it to North Star 48-42 in a loser-out ball game. Do not have a final score of the Box Elder Big Sandy loser-out game that took place earlier today as of yet. And again, Box Elder did defeat Big Sandy 61-30, I'm sorry, in that loser-out contest. Same thing, like I say, CJI over Chinook 59-34 in a loser-out game earlier today. Again, that's the boys' side of the District 9C taking place in Havre. District 10C in Shelby. Well, it was a loser-out game. Sunburst over Augusta 54-28. They are gone. Also on the boys' side, Cascade out in 2 ball games as they were downed by Dutton Brady 37-34 earlier today in a District 10C boys loser-out ball game. As we switch it to some of the girls' action, first of all, the girls in the district, make that the District 8C on the girls' side of things. Loser out had Centerville over Winnick Grass Range 61-30 earlier. There is a semifinal game being played right now. Roy Winifred and Denton Geyser Stanford. They're playing right now in a semifinal game on the girls' side of things right now. Girls' side of the District 9C. Action earlier today had Box Elder over Big Sandy 61-30 and CJI over Chinook 59-34. Again, that's the girls 9C. The girls 10C. Let's see what we have here. Well, action earlier today had Power staying alive after they defeated Hart Butte 41-31, and it was Belair topping Cascade in loser-out action 48-33. So the Lady Badgers did get a victory, but then they lost it by losing 2 in a row. They are out, so both the boys and girls Cascade Badgers are out in Shelby in that District 10C. We are going to take a 60-second break. When we come back, we'll get the second half underway as the Benefice Health System halftime show winds itself down. Up at the Belt Bottom scoreboard, it's the Lady Argos 25, Lady Bulldogs 21. Back in 60 with the second half coming up after this timeout.
Fort Benson, where the West was born. With so much history to see, you're going to need a break. Visit the Clubhouse, a delicious local hotspot where all the best games, drinks, and food come together at one comfortable, low-key sports bar. Sit back and enjoy an ice-cold drink. Take a bite out of a Reuben, French dip, or a juicy burger. Just few of the local favorites. Take advantage of 2-for-1 drink specials, happy hour, and lunch specials. Weekdays at the Clubhouse in Fort Benson, where everyone is treated like a local.
Are you looking for a little more comfort in your life? Call the expert, your Carrier dealer. Carrier dealers are the authorities at getting peak performance from your heating and cooling system. So call your Carrier dealer first. He has ways of making you very comfortable. Carrier. Turn to the experts.
For over 30 years of commitment to Carrier, contact A.T. Clemens for a free estimate. 452-9541.
It is the Benefits Health System Game of the Week. It is game 1 of 2 here. This will immediately be followed by the men's side of University of Providence, hosting the University of Montana Western out of Dillon. Basketball action coming up tomorrow. Do not forget, it's Bobcat Grizz. Bobcat Grizz tomorrow begins as early as 2 p.m. on the ladies' side of things. That game, incidentally, can be heard on our sister station. No, right here, as a matter of fact, 102.7 will host the Lady Bobcats taking on the Lady Argos at 2 p.m. That, incidentally, will be followed by this doubleheader as the Argos will be taking on those Battling Bears, I believe, at a Rocky Mountain College. Yes, that's true. That will also be here on this radio station, where we'll be back in action coming up tomorrow evening at 5:30 and 7:30 respectively. Now, basketball elsewhere, like for instance that District 8C at the Swarthout Fieldhouse here in Great Falls is on our sister station News Talk 1450 AM, 97.5 FM KQDI. Again, that coverage begins tomorrow morning as early as 8 a.m. and will continue through the conclusion of championship basketball coming up tomorrow night. Now, when it comes to the Bison of Great Falls High, they can be heard on our sister station Fox Sports Radio tonight and tomorrow. That's the home of the Bison. That's tonight at 7 p.m. as they are at Billings Skyview. It'll be boys basketball tonight. It'll be girls basketball tomorrow from the old gymnasium, as the Lady Bison will be hosting the Lady Bronx of Billings Senior tomorrow afternoon, and that'll be at 2 p.m. Here comes the official whistle. There it is, and we're about ready to get underway with second half play. Third quarter action. Remember, it's 4-10s, like a lot of people like to work so they get Friday off. 4-10s when it comes to Lady college basketball. Parker Ezra kicks it out to Maldonado as the Lady Argos have possession and a 4-point lead. Parker Ezra, shot clock down to 14 at the free throw line. Now she'll give it up to Randich. Baseline to Kennedy. Kennedy Cartwright from the baseline. Her jumper is a little bit sour. And here comes Worcester down court, feeding it inside to King. King one-hands it back out to Worcester. Montana Western, their first possession here in the second half. Meyer, Worcester, deep in the corner. Won't take the shot as the clock reaches 14. Now to Bignell. Bignell to Meyer. Shot clock down to 9. Meyer, posting up way up high. Will wait for Worcester as it's down to 4. Bignell open for a three-pointer. Bingo! Talk about working the shot clock into getting that nice one that you wanted all night. And Bignell cuts it to 1. Lady Argos up 25-24. That's Bailey giving it up to Kennedy. Kennedy breaks toward the hoop. She's cut off, but she still gets the shot and the roll. Kennedy Cartwright took it to the rack. Here comes Bignell now for Montana Western. 3-point difference. Montana Western down 27-24. Bignell still on dribble on the left wing. Uses the screen for an open three-pointer, but it wasn't fall. Rebound. That could have knotted things up for only the second time here this evening, and the last time we were tied was at 2 apiece. And that was as University of Providence was putting on a 10-0 run. We've got a whistle and a foul and a push on the baseline. It'll go against Montana Western. Inbounding will be Kennedy Cartwright, as that's the first personal on Savannah Bignell. First team foul here this quarter against Montana Western. Providence to inbound. Top side, Bailey Cartwright. Bailey into Ezra. Ezra's being fronted. She gets the ball. King will pick up a whistle and a foul. That's Mesa King's first personal. Team foul number 2 this quarter for Montana Western. 8:15, just barely into the second half in the third quarter. Ball kicked out in front court to Maldonado. Right back to Kennedy Cartwright. She takes it in off the screen. Talk about working the screen down low. Picked up her second 2 in a row. The lead is now 5 by Providence. Worcester with a hesitate. Tries to feed it inside to King, stolen away by Maldonado. Here comes Providence. Maldonado on dribble. Looks at Kennedy. Kennedy not there. Goes to Ezra. Ezra posting up high for Providence. Goes to the free throw line. Cut off. Feeds to Randich. Randich tries to penetrate. She's cut off. That gives Maldonado a 3 from the corner. Instead, it's a pass to Ezra. Parker Ezra now has 2. She's got more fouls than points. And the lead is extended to 7 now by UP. Montana Western down 31-24. 7:23 on the clock here in the third quarter. Out in front court, Bignell trying to catch her breath as the shot clock reaches 16. Now she moves to the left side, still on dribble. Bignell takes the screen, wants to penetrate, go all the way in. She'll kick it to King, baseline jumper. Rebound Bailey Cartwright after the miss. Cartwright for the Lady Argos. Down court to Kennedy. Kennedy cross court is taken away by, that's Holmes out in front court. Holmes. Boy, she had that one and the run. But the ball tipped out. It'll be Randech to inbound. Randech will inbound now for UP. Providence has it. Maldonado takes the screen. Penetrates off the screen. Double hop. That double hop was just enough time to have it stripped off of her hip. And Providence will lose control as Montana Western gets the strip off the right leg of Maldonado. That half-step hop cost her. So here comes Worcester now for Montana Western on dribble, down by 7, 31-24. Looks down low, has to run down the loose ball on front court. Shot clock reads 16. Still on dribble at the free throw line. Now she'll give it up to Holmes. Holmes, as the shot clock reads 10, is caught up at the free throw line. She'll kick it back out. Worcester recalls the signal as the shot clock reads 4. Takes it from there from the left side free throw line, but it rims out no good. Bailey Cartwright with another defensive board. Hand off to Maldonado. Maldonado at the midline as here comes Fitzy up off the bench ready to come in. Maldonado, right wing, feeds to Parker Ezra. Ezra off the glass and in. 9-point lead now for Providence. Is going to call a timeout by Lindsay Woolley. It is 8th year. And we step away. Up at the Bell Valdebeck scoreboard, 6:02 remaining in the third. The Lady Argos, who opened up a 9-point lead. They lead 33-24 for the Lady Bulldogs, and we're back in 60 after this timeout.
Think about it. Caesar Saturdays with college football. Champagne Sundays with NFL games. Margarita Mondays with homemade mix. Not your average casino. It's the Cash Out Casino. The one that's well lit, safe, and secure. Don't just go gamble. Go for the experience. Yes! Demand more from your gaming experience. Cash Out Casino, 1308 10th Avenue South.
Do you have a Class A or Class B CDL license, like to help people, and are looking for a rewarding job with a growing team? Then look no further than the strength and reliability of an Ox. Ox & Son Towing and Recovery is looking for the right CDL towing and transport driver to join their team. Knowledge of the industry is a plus, but is not needed. CDL is a must. They are willing to train the right applicant. Call Ox with Ox & Son Towing at 406-868-4142 for more information.
Welcome back, everyone, to Friday Night Fun here at the McLaughlin Center on the campus of the University of Providence, home to the Lady Argos, who take the floor, leading it by 9, 33-24. After the Lady Bulldogs came out, hit that first three-pointer by Bignell, all of a sudden, Lady Argos turned up the heat and now led by as much as 9, their biggest lead up 33-24. Under 6 left to play here in the third. Worcester with the ball now for Montana Western. Trying to dissect the defense put on by UP as the Lady Argos have manned up man-to-man. Shot clock at 14. Worcester's had the ball the entire 30 seconds as she tries to penetrate, takes to the free throw line, step back, shot clock at 7. Looking to feed to King, ball taken away by Bailey Cartwright. Bailey will give up to Maldonado. Maldonado, she'll penetrate. And we've got a whistle and a foul on the floor. 5:29 on the clock. Worcester will come out for Bignell. She'll get a Gatorade break and then some instruction by head coach Lindsay Woolley. She'll head to the Gatorade at the end of the bench. But a seat is open and awaits her at the coach. Maldonado inbound. Randich, three-pointer. A little bit short. Rebound, fought for, tipped around, and Meyer clears it out now from Montana Western. Lady Bulldogs with the ball. Here comes Bignell back in the ball game. Has the ball. She's got the only 3 here in the second half. Actually, for the Lady Bulldogs, we've got a whistle and a foul on the floor. As we've almost gone through 5 minutes, following a shot that has dropped in for the Lady Bulldogs. Bignell hit that three, if you remember, to cut it to 25-24. But then it's been that's right, it's been an 8-0 run put on by Providence. Second personal foul on Kennedy Cartwright for UP. That's Fitzy handing off to Bignell. Shot clock is down to 7. Lady Bulldogs with the ball. Bignell wants to penetrate. Pull-up jumper at the free throw line. Rims out, no good. Rebound fought for. There's Meyer. Left-handed. She'll put it up, falling to her back. Meyer's 9th point. That cuts the 8-0 run put on by Providence. As Bailey now giving up to Randich. Randich lays it off the glass and in as she broke toward the hoop. Randich had a step on everybody out in front court and beat everybody to the hole. Here comes Meyer now. Down court. Ball's tipped out front court. Bailey's going to pick up the loose stuff now for Providence. It's a 1-on-2, and coming up behind her was Paige Holmes. As Paige broke toward the rack, got her on the back, and we've got a timeout. It's a media timeout on the floor. So up at the Valley Bank scoreboard, 4:12 remaining in the third. The Lady Argos of Providence 35, the Lady Bulldogs of Montana Western 26. We're back in 60 after this media timeout.
At Benefice Health System, our purpose is your health. Because when you're healthy, you don't have to miss out on the moments that matter. The moments that renew your spirit and warm your heart. At Benefice, we're the team that cares about you while we care for you. Because we're not just healthcare specialists, we're your neighbors and friends. And we want to get you back to doing what you love with the people you love. A tradition of advanced care. Learn more at benefice.org.
McDonald's in Great Falls has 3 locations to serve you, and now with the newest McDonald's on the west side, it is a perfect location to keep you fed while attending your favorite sporting event. If breakfast is what you want, you can get it anytime, day or night at McDonald's. Looking for a job? Stop at any of the 3 McDonald's locations and check in with starting pay starting at $9.50 per hour. McDonald's in Great Falls, proud supporters of the sporting events, and would like to welcome you into the city as you participate in your sporting endeavors. McDonald's in Great Falls with 3 locations to serve you. We're loving it.
Welcome back following the media timeout. 4:12 remains here in the third. And right now the Lady Argos lead it by 9, 35-26. As the Lady Argos will inbound with 22 on the shot clock. Maldonado gets it out in front court. She'll swing it around the horseshoe. She goes to Randich. Randich sets for a three-pointer. Bingo! Boy, that was a set 3. And the Lady Argos have opened up a 12-point lead, up 38-26. Remember, each team has won on their home court by double figures. Most recently, UP by 13. They were ousted by 17 down in Dillon. Shots up. Randich might have picked up a whistle and a foul as she went for the swat, and that's all she got. Stops the clock at 3:39 remaining here in the third. Into the ball game is Natalie Denning out of Tualatin, Oregon, graduating from Tualatin High School, and she'll come into the ball game for Bignell. Free throw line up and in by Paige Holmes. She's 1 for 1 at the free throw line, and that cuts it to 11. Lady Argos up 38-27. This one on its way, and this one here as well. Paige Holmes goes 2 for 2. 10-point difference as the Argos bring it down. Lady Argos with the ball. Randich on the far side. She's got a couple of threes, a couple of twos to her credit. Alley-oops inside to Parker Esrae. She's caught inside the lane, and a whistle and a traveling call. So Esrae didn't try to get out of the key. As a matter of fact, it was King, Mesa King, with the pressure on Esrae, forced her to turn it over. And a traveling call called, so here comes now Montana Western on dribble. It's King. King dribbling it like a point guard on the far side. We've got a whistle of the foul down low, away from the ball. And once again, a player control, a hook, if you will, trying to set the screen and the position. 3:15 on the clock here in the third quarter. It's the third personal foul, incidentally. I want to to say on Mack, and it is. It's the third personal foul on Shaney Mack out of Three Forks. And Maldonado has the ball now for Providence and leads by 10, 38-28. There's Kennedy. Kennedy, as well as Bailey. The Cartwright sisters are out there. Shot clock at 14. Maldonado kicks it to Kennedy. She's got a three on the way. Bingo! That's Kennedy's first three. Lady Argos lead it by 15, 41-28. Down court. Top side, that's Fritzy. Fritzy, spin move inside the lane. Crossover move, takes it right between two defenders. It's going to be out of bounds, tipped out by the Lady Argos. Under 2:40 remaining here in the third. Coming out of the ball game will be Denning. Denning will come out. And making her first appearance in this ball game is Lily Gopher, 5'10" freshman out of Box Elder. She'll come in as it's thrown into Fitzy. Fitzy from Montana Western. She's cut off, feeds down low to King. Shot clock at 10. King goes baseline, ball's on the floor. Picks up the loose stuff, and it's tipped out. Last touch by King. Meyer's going to come into the ball game now for King on the turnover. Just under 2.5 remaining here in the third quarter. So head coach Lindsey Woolley really going to his bench and offering. Not only deep, but offering. 41-28 point lead. Lady Argos up by 13. Teskey's in the ball game now for Providence as Randich drives the lane and can't get it to go as she broke toward the hoop. Beat everybody down court. Now here comes Shaney. Shaney with a three-pointer. Bingo! Shaney Mack on the attack from three-point range. That cuts it to 10, 41-31. Inbound Maldonado. First time pressure. Gets it inbound. Now takes it to the timeline. Works it right side. Maldonado on dribble. Takes the screen from Teskey. Set up at the free throw line. Nice little backup jumper, but it won't fall. Rebound Gopher. Gopher will clear it out. Keeps it herself. No outlet pass. All the way down court. Across the 10-second line. Still has it. Shot clock gets down to 22. Gopher with a look-away pass over to Meyer. Kicks it now. She goes to Holmes for a three-pointer. Bingo! Paige Holmes. A couple of trays, and all of a sudden it's a 7-point difference just like that. 1, 2, 3 on the clock here in the third. Bailey with the ball. Randich now. Randich, she's got a three on the way, but it rims out no good. Rebound. Fitzy in backcourt. She'll give it off now. She goes to Holmes, who just knocked down a three. Over to Gopher. Gopher takes a screen. Dribbles inside the paint. Won't pull up and jump. Instead, she's on the baseline. She's got to get rid of it to Meyer. Meyer's up underneath. She'll put it up and a whistle and a foul on Bailey Cartwright. We'll stop the clock with just under a minute left to play here in the third quarter. That, I believe, is the third team foul this quarter against Providence. Substitutions, let's see. Back in the ball game is Bignell for Montana Western, and she'll come in for Mack. So Meyer at the free throw line shooting two for the Lady Bulldogs to cut into that 7-point deficit. Now it's down. No. I should never start to say now it's down to 6 as the ball is going into the cylinder because it just spit it back out. That's the first missed free throw in this ball game for either team. And she goes 0 for 2. Meyer goes 0 for 2. Providence is only 1 for 1. But again, until those last two shots, it was 100% both sides. Shot clock is down to 16 as Maldonado is holding it out in front court. There's about a 30-second difference in the shot clock and game clock. Randich has it at 9. Randich on the left wing for Providence to Maldonado at 5. Maldonado breaks toward the hoop, cut off. Randich looks over to Bailey. Bailey with 1 second on the clock, three-pointer, bingo! Bailey Cartwright hits a three at the end of the shot clock. And she'll put the Lady Argos up by 9, 43-34. Game clock is at 16. That's all that's left. Shot clock turned off. You've got Bignell out on the left wing being guarded by Maldonado at 9. Bignell looks up at the shot clock or I should say the game clock at 7. Looks off the screen. Down to 2, to 1. Inside the lane, puts up the one-hander, doesn't fall. Off balance, but she got a look, just wouldn't go. So at the end of 3, up at the Bell Bank scoreboard, it's the Lady Argos of Providence 43, the Lady Bulldogs of Montana Western 34. Back in 60 with more right after this timeout.
$1,700 per semester. When it comes to paying for college, think about what makes sense. Great Falls College MSU saves you money. In fact, GFC MSU students pay just $1,700 per semester. It's hard to find a better deal for college. Take your 2-year degree and transfer to a 4-year program on another campus, or take your 2-year degree to a career in fast-growing and high-demand jobs in healthcare, accounting, information technology, and trades. Find out where it all begins. Visit gfcmsu.edu.
Welcome to the biggest thing in tacos since tacos. Introducing the Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. That's right, we said it, perfecto, Spanish for perfect. We designed it with an extra long shell to give you the best bite every bite. Choose between seasoned beef, grilled chicken, or upgrade to hand-carved sirloin steak. Sure, it was hard to perfect, but it's easy to eat. The Taco Perfecto from Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
As we come back to the McLaughlin Center here on the campus of the University of Providence, your fourth and final quarter about ready to wrap up here in game 1 of 2 tonight. Friday Night Fun, it's a doubleheader. The men will follow this one, same matchup. Same bat channel, same bat cave. As we get ready for the fourth and final quarter to begin, the Lady Bulldogs, by the way, with 19 total turnovers so far in this ballgame versus 11 for the Lady Argos. In that quarter, the Lady Bulldogs shot 30% versus 40% by Providence. With the ball is Gopher. Looks off a 3. Oh, she had a head fake, and she could have blown right by Bailey Cartwright, but instead she decided to pass it off, and we've got a whistle and a foul. And that will be against Gopher. So Gopher that time had a great chance, a great look at the bucket, but instead unselfishly threw it away, but she went over to set the screen. And Lily Gopher picks up whistle number 1, team foul number 1 against Montana Western here in this fourth quarter. Ball out in front court with Randage. Shot clock is down to 18. Feeds it into Hazard. Hazard into Esre. Esre kicks it out to Maldonado, who penetrates to the baseline jumper, but it won't fall. Rebound Bignell. Bignell has the ball on the floor. She'll kick it up to Meyer. Montana Western in trouble getting it down court to Gopher. Gopher looks off a 3, penetrates in for the 2, can do a crossover move, lays it up, but it won't fall. Rebound Bailey Cartwright. A lot of bumping and grinding doing down low. As that time it might have been that Gopher was bumped out of her position and off balance. As now Providence working around the arc. Bailey Cartwright takes it all the way in, and a whistle and a foul on the floor. So now Lily Gopher will pick up whistle number 2. That time she was trying to guard Bailey Cartwright, which puts her at the free throw line shooting a couple. Just under the fourth and final quarter, 8:54 on the clock. Free throw line is Bailey Cartwright on the second team foul against Montana Western. This one up and this one in. Cartwright now is 2 for 2 from the free throw line. She had one in the first quarter on a 3-point play. Second one by Cartwright is up and in as well. That's Bailey. She goes 2 for 2. The lead is 11. The deficit the same. Montana Western with the ball down 45-34. 8:45 on the clock. Feeding inside to Meyer. Meyer taking Esre right in and lays it off the glass, but it was too easy. As Esre didn't want to pick up her fourth personal foul, just let her have it. And it was too easy. Came right off the right side. Cross-court pass now over to Kennedy. Kennedy to Bailey. The Cartwrights looking inside now to Esre, and a whistle and a foul from behind by Meyer. As she was undercutting Esre. And Meyer picks up whistle number 2. Team foul number 3. Worcester with a big long rest will come in as she comes in for Gopher. Gopher had a couple of really good looks. Matter of fact, she was the only one to beat Bailey Cartwright to the hole. You hate to see her come out as she just missed one easy layup, and that was about it. As Maldonado has it, shot clock down to 5. Maldonado looking for someplace inside to Parker Esre, and Esre lays up a prayer, and it's answered. Parker Esre with her third 2. But more so than that, here comes the hurt and the harm. Second personal foul on Shannon Worcester. She picked up whistle number 2, team foul number 4. The and one now by Ezra, and she'll get it to go. Lady Argo's biggest lead is 14, up 48-34. 8-minute mark as Worcester drives in just to give it up to Meyer. Instead, she could have taken the jumper. She was uncontested inside the lane. One too many passes for at least the umpteen time down court. Now Kennedy Cartwright for a three-pointer, bingo! All of a sudden, 17. 51-34. To answer it, Fitzy. Fitzy with a three. Back of the rim, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds, and they're going to say it was tipped out last touch by Worcester. So Providence, as King gets ready to check in now for Montana Western, will inbound with 7:31 remaining, up 51-34. Meyer will come out for the Lady Bulldogs. Inbounding, Maldonado in backcourt, leading it by 17, 51-34. Maldonado being guarded all the way down court by Holmes. Looks inside to Ezra. Kicks it out for another one by Kennedy Cartwright. Three-pointer, bingo! $7:12 remaining. Worcester with the ball. Bignell, free throw line, and she tries to get right by Kennedy as Kennedy Cartwright has just put the Lady Argos up by 20, 54-34. That's the first whistle here in this quarter, this 10-minute quarter for Providence, as Pemberton will come in and Kennedy Cartwright will come out. No, check that, Ezra. I was expecting Kennedy Cartwright to come out, but Ezra will get a rest, and she heads right toward the Gatorade jug. Bignell to inbound for Montana Western. She'll feed to Holmes. Holmes cut off. Nice crossover move to King, and King will be whistled and fouled on the floor. Team foul number 2. Let's see who they mark it against. It'll be number 1 against Kirsten Pemberton, who just came in. She's that junior, the 5'5" junior out of Belt, who both the boys and the girls are playing in semifinal action at the District 8C as we speak. Inside to King. Whistle to foul by Bailey Cartwright. 6:53 remaining. And that is the second personal foul on Bailey Cartwright. And I'm sure that head coach Lindsey Woolley would love to see the Cartwright sisters come out. Bailey underneath, and Kennedy knocking down the threes. King at the free throw line. It's up, but not there. Wow, after going what? 6 for 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After going 7 for 7, Lady Bulldogs have missed their last 3. And now 4. Rebound. It's Randich getting tied up, a whistle and a jump ball, and the possession arrow in favor of Providence. So it'll be Lady Argo basketball following the 2 misses as Bignell will come out, Worcester will come out. And let's see, now back in the ball game is Sydney Sheridan. She had a brief appearance in that second quarter, and also is Shani Mack on the attack. As it's Hazard on the floor, she'll give it up to Maldonado. Work in the left wing, shot clock down to 16. Maldonado out front court now to Bailey. As the shot clock reaches 10, Bailey with a pull-up jumper is short. Follows her own shot, and a whistle and a foul, and it could be on Bailey Cartwright for her third. That stops the clock at 6:26 remaining here in the fourth, and it's number 3 on Bailey. So now you've got Kennedy and Bailey, the Cartwright sisters, each with 3, and Parker Ezra with 3, but she's sitting down right now. 20-point difference, 54-34. Whistle and a foul from behind, as Pemberton might have picked up one. That's team foul, I believe, number 4 in this fourth and final quarter. It's number 2 on Pemberton. Number 5 team foul-wise, so that means a 2-shot foul. Paige Holmes, she's 2 for 2 on the night. This one up and this one in. Make that 3 for 3. She also has a 3. That 5'6" junior out of Sealy Lake. You gotta love the Swan Valley. This one here, up and in. And I think no matter what time of the year, you gotta love the Swan Valley. Spring, winter, summer, or fall. 6:09 remaining, 18-point difference. Providence leading at 54-36. Montana Western trying desperately to stay in it. They're trying to stay within reach. Kennedy, pump fake for the 3 on the left wing. Looks off her sister, goes to Hazard. She'll step to the free throw line and shoot from there, but it won't go. Rebound picked up by Sheridan. Montana Western with the ball. Down court, it's Fitzy. Fitzy's going to lose it, take it inside the lane just to give it up. Oh, a long pass, but it's still picked up by Montana Western. Back underside by King. Rebound after a rejection by Bailey Cartwright. She almost picked up her fourth personal, but she got the block shot. I believe that's her fourth this evening. 5:27 remaining. Maldonado with the ball. To Kennedy Cartwright for another three, but this time it won't go. She's got three here in the second half, but that one didn't fall. Down court, Montana Western. They want a three. Fitzy, three-pointer, rims out no good, and a whistle and a foul as two go to the floor, and one comes up. Just like Thunderdome. Two go in, one comes out. 5:11 remaining. Substitutions. On the fourth personal foul on Bailey Cartwright. That is number 4 on her. Hazard and Pipperton will come out. Back it is Randich and Esre. Matter of fact, the Lady Argos have their starting 5 now out on the floor. At the free throw line is Mesa King, and she is 1 for 3 on the night as she missed her previous 2. That cuts it to 17. This next one, in and out, no good. And a whistle and a foul as the push off by Fitzy. Fitzy was trying to push off and hold Esre, so she'll pick up a whistle and a foul. That is her third. She'll come out. So King, as we walk the length of the court, 3, that's right, 1 of 4. She's missed 3 at the free throw line. But Bailey Cartwright now will be shooting with the 15 foul up on the board for Montana Western. It's up and it's in. Bailey Cartwright is 4 for 4 on the night, including a 3-point play. 5:11 left to play. 18-point difference. The Providence wants that cushion for the rest of the ball game. This one on its way is also good by Bailey Cartwright. And here comes Harn in the ball game for Cartwright. 19-point lead for the Lady Argos, up 56-37. Montana Western still with plenty of time if they knocked out a few threes and get Providence in foul trouble. That's King out topside, working at right side wing as she'll feed to Denning. Denning back in the ball game is Gopher. Gopher will look to set a screen. Instead, driving inside the paint, kicking it out to Gopher. Gopher, nice crossover move inside the lane. Loses it out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover as the ball was stripped as she tried to penetrate. And we've got a timeout on the floor. So up at the Bell Development scoreboard with 4:46 remaining in this matchup. It's the Lady Argos of Providence 56, the Lady Bulldogs of Montana Western 37. Back in 60 with more after this timeout.
At Benefice Orthopedic Center of Montana, we know that nothing stops Montanans, although we may slow down from time to time. But even conditions like broken bones, sprains, and joint pain only need to slow you down for a short time. Whether it's related to injury, illness, or aging, Benefice is proud to offer same-day appointments and advanced treatments to help get you back to full speed. Every pursuit, every goal, and every struggle, we're with you. A tradition of advanced care. Learn more at benefice.org.
You've been working all day and you're meeting friends. Take it to the max.
The Max Sports Bar and Casino is maxing out their happy hour from 4 to 7 with $2 off appetizers every night of the week. Now that's a happy hour with maximum value, featuring 12 beers on tap, including 8 craft beers, daily food specials, and of course the famous Max Wings. Now that's truly an affordable and tasty happy hour, all at the Max Sports Bar and Casino inside the Heritage in Great Falls.
Take it to the max.
4:46 remains in regulation. At once was knotted at 2 and was once within 1, 25-24, is now a 19-point difference. Welcome back, everyone, to the McLaughlin Center. Lady Argos lead the Lady Bulldogs 56-37 with possession. Both teams in that double bonus 5-team towel rule. That 5-team foul rule here in the fourth. Maldonado up to Randich for a three-pointer. Bingo! Lady Argos looking for the open 3, and they're knocking them down. Biggest lead thus far for either team, and it's been all Providence. Up by 22 now, 59-37. Inside, as they go in And Gopher bumped out of her shot. She was bumped, incidentally, off balance. Couldn't get a really good look on that one. Lady Argos with the ball in the commanding lead now. That was the first time that Gopher really actually was determined to get the shot up, down low. Maldonado for a three-pointer, bingo! It's going to get dark in here pretty soon with the lights getting shot out tonight. As Lady Argos lead it now by 25, 62-37. We've got a whistle and a foul. And this one will go against the Lady Argos. So now at the free throw line, I believe, will be Gopher. Lily Gopher, the 5'10" freshman out of Box Elder, played on a championship team. Knows exactly what it takes to win the big trophy. Free throw, it's up and it's not in. In and out, no good. 3:48 remaining here in the fourth. Gets a little bit of support by Shani Mack as Gopher settles in for a second free throw. And this one here comes right back at her. Almost got a rebound. But stepping in front of her that time was Harn, also a freshman. Lady Argos with a dominant three-point performance here. Up 62-37 as Maldonado goes right side to Kennedy. Kennedy will take it top side. She'll look off a three. Harn is known to hit a three. She'll cross-court it to Rendich, who has knocked down a few threes. It's all about the three. Swing past Kennedy. Rendich, Maldonado, shot clock down to 2. Maldonado takes it in, lays it up. Harn tries to fight for it. It's out of bounds, and it'll still be Providence basketball. So Providence will inbound underneath their own bucket as Bailey Cartwright will come back in for Harn. With 3:14 remaining. Kennedy inbounds to Ezra. Starting lineup is on the floor once again for Providence, and a 25-point lead, 62-37. Maldonado inside the lane, kicks it back out to Kennedy. Shot clock is down to 7. Kennedy, hop step inside the lane, lays it up and lays it in. 27-point difference. Across the 10-second line, here comes Sydney Sheridan. She's yet to score. The 5'7" freshman out of Helena. She'll one-hand it, right side inside to Gopher. Gopher, turnaround jump shot, nice. Turnaround fadeaway by Gopher. She knew that Cartwright's playing with 4, couldn't contest much of it. That cuts it within 25. 65-39, 2:26 remaining. Ball game slowly winding itself down with Ezra posting up high for Providence. She'll feed right side wing to Randage. Randage gets to the free throw line just to give it up to Maldonado. Maldonado takes it to the top, feeds to Kennedy. Couple of dribbles. Now left side to Maldonado. Shot clock's at 4. Trying to feed down low inside. It's going to be a shot clock violation and a turnover against Providence as they try to burn just the clock and take off 30 at a time. Dribbling inside the lane is Sheridan. She'll kick it out now. Going to Gopher for a three-pointer. Back of the rim, not in. Rebound, Bailey Cartwright. Quickly looking for the outlet passes. Here comes Pipperton in on the next whistle. 1:41. Maldonado. Huge grin on her face as she crosses the timeline. Goes to Ezra. Now to Randich. Randich wants another three tonight. Three-pointer, bingo! Boy, that's a stab right through the heart. That's Randich's 4th three, and it's a 28-point difference. Providence up 67-39 with 1:16 remaining. That's Gopher working around the horseshoe. She'll feed off to Denning, who is checked out of bounds. It's still Montana Western basketball. The starting lineups will exit left. Randich, Bailey, Ezra, Kennedy, and Maldonado. A fresh set of legs out there on the floor for the Lady Argos. 1:10 remaining. Out in front court, it's King. King gets the ball from Montana Western in play. Looks off left to Denning. Denning from the free throw line. Nice little hop step, lays it up left-handed, follows her shot, but it's stolen away by Hazard. Hazard with the ball. Final 56. Hazard all the way down for Providence. Swing pass over to Harn. Harn on the left wing goes up top side to Hazard. Hazard, shot clock at 16. Backs herself out, working more time. Now feeds to Pimperton. She'll use the hardwood. Working around the horseshoe as we get down to 7. Hazard for another 3. Follows her shot. She's got it. Runs it down with 32. There's about a 12-second difference in the shot clock and the game clock. As Hazard getting pressure on front court. Providence now looks to go 8 and 7. Monta Western looks to fall to 10 and 5. Final 16. As Harn gives it up to Hazard for a 3-pointer. Bingo! By Hazard. That's her second 3. Final 10 on the clock. Lady Argos up by 31, 70 to 39. Final 2-1. Sheridan from the free throw line will knock it down. Sydney Sheridan scores the final 2 points in your final score. 70 to 41. We're going to take a 3-minute break. When we come back, it'll be your post-game show, the Benefis Health System post-game show here at the McLaughlin Center. Up at the Belt Dynamic scoreboard, Lady Argos 70, Lady Bulldogs 41. Back in 3 after this timeout.